In any part of the body, any way cancer appears, it means that there is a condition that has manifested over and above because it has been progressively getting worse unattended or unknowing. There's no difference with cancer and a common cold. The mucus in the nose stayed a long time, they call it sinusitis. And as they begin to eat the cells, they call it cancer. And that's whether in the reproductive organ, in the breast, in the head, in the brain, in the eye, wherever. It's all mucus.
I spent a lot of time talking about the immune system, and I'm going to continue to talk about it because that's what I love to do. In the 19th century, there's an orthopedic surgeon by the name of William Coley. William Coley operated on a lot of sarcomas. Sarcomas are cancer of like the bone and the muscle, okay? And those cancers are really nasty because they can spread everywhere all over your body. After he would operate, you're cutting the skin open. It's open to the air, it's open to the environment. That's how you can get infections. He actually noticed that the patients who developed a wound infection after his operation, sometimes their cancer is just spontaneously resolved. He thought long and hard about that. He said to himself, wait a second, I must be activating the inflammatory response. Because when you cut anything open or anything on your body, just like when you guys get injured and cut yourself, you can see the redness around that cut. That's the inflammatory response. The immune system now knows that something's going on. Perhaps that's what he was alerting the immune system cells. The cells recognized the cancer, noticed it was there, and got rid of it. So he created a toxin called Coley's toxin, which was full of bacteria. He would give it to these patients. Sometimes their cancers would resolve and be gone. That stimulated an entire movement of immunotherapy. You guys hear this word being tossed around, immunotherapy this, immunotherapy that. What does it actually mean? Well, what it means is you're manipulating the immune system to allow it to recognize bad cells. That way, when it recognizes those bad cells, it gets rid of it. What we're going to talk about is we're talking about tricking your own immune system to fight cancer. Because this can happen. What we know in terms of activity of white blood cells is we know that T cells are of the utmost importance. T cells are very specific. They recognize certain receptors. Remember, a receptor is any flag that's on the outside of the cell membrane, right? You recognize the flag, you go over there. So whenever you had a cancer around, the flags would be at half mast. So the T cell doesn't recognize it, can't see the flag very well. Cancer survives and lives on. We discovered how to put the flags at full mass all the way out so they can be activated again. So these T cells can recognize that the cells have cancer and that they can go and destroy the cancer. Now, what do? We simply just turn that back on with certain immunotherapies and certain medicines. That's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is by engineering specific cells to recognize what cancer looks like. Is it a vaccine? Kind of, not really. But what you're doing is you're looking at a cancer cell, you know what receptors are on a cancer cell, and then you're engineering a T cell that's going to recognize some of those receptors, and it's going to be able to travel over to that cell and destroy it. We've also taken tumors, biopsied them, and put them in a dish with the immune system to almost create a vaccine, allowing the T cells to recognize what is going on and creating certain molecules that will allow it to recognize cancer when you put these cells back in their body. None of these procedures are 100%. None of them work every time. But I want you guys to know that there is an association with immunodeficiency and cancer. If your immune system is abnormal in any way, shape, or form, it doesn't recognize this or it doesn't recognize that, it's possible that your risk of cancer has gone up. So we have to discover ways to manipulate the immune system to allow it to re-recognize what isn't supposed to be there. This is the whole basis of immunotherapy.
Part 1 of our top 10 anti-cancer foods. Number 1 is broccoli. Broccoli contains a phytochemical called sulforaphane, which is a potent compound that can prevent and kill cancer cells through a variety of mechanisms. Number 2, berries. Anthocyanins, the compound that give berries their vibrant colors, can neutralize harmful free radicals and inhibit the growth and spread of cancer cells. Number 3, tomatoes. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a carotenoid pigment responsible for their vibrant red color. Lycopene is a potent antioxidant that can protect cells from damage caused by free radicals. Number 4, green tea. Drinking green tea can boost levels of EGCG, a compound that has been shown to inhibit tumor growth. Number 5, mushrooms. Research found that individuals who ate 18 grams of mushrooms per day had a 45% lower risk of cancer than those who did not eat mushrooms.
Major game changer. 14 patients with advanced rectal cancer are in remission after taking the same drug. So far, it had a 100% success rate. The tumors are gone with no chemo, no radiation, no surgery. Out front now, Dr. Andrea Sursek, an oncologist at Memorial Sloan Kettering. She was part of the research team that conducted this study. And Dr. Sursek, you know, of course, when I saw this, I stopped dead. I think everybody does when they hear the headline that cancer could be gone. I mean, it seems impossible. It certainly is remarkable. From your perspective, how remarkable is the outcome you observed?
It's absolutely incredible. We didn't expect it. We've certainly never seen this before. It's really what, you know, cancer doctors' dreams are made of, to see a response like this, such incredible efficacy with really almost no toxicity. Our patients feeling great after the treatment with completely normal body function in something like rectal cancer, where normally our therapies are really quite toxic. So it's absolutely incredible.
So can you tell me more about the drug? I understand it's called dostarlimab, and why you think it worked.
So it's an immunotherapy, and it works by unlocking the body's natural immune system to fight cancer. And this type of therapy works in specific cancer cells in colorectal that are mismatch repair deficient. So they lack a gene that enables them to repair their DNA. And because of that, they have many, many mutations. And the immune system recognizes the cancer as foreign.
I challenged myself to make a meal using ingredients only from this list, and this was the result.
Foods that fight cancer. I'm a gastroenterologist and I manage patients with gut cancers on a daily basis. Research shows that a compound found in broccoli, cabbage, and cauliflower called sulforaphane has powerful anti-cancer properties, especially against breast and colon cancers. Broccoli sprouts contain even more sulforaphane. However, if you have bloating or IBS, these foods may be difficult to digest due to their high FODMAP content. To still enjoy these cancer-fighting veggies, cook them well and try smaller portions to see how your gut system reacts, gradually increasing as your tolerance builds. 4 fruits that can lower your risk of colon cancer. I'm a gastroenterologist. This is really important because we know that colon cancer is on the rise, especially in young adults. Number 4, citrus fruit. These are packed with antioxidants and vitamin C, which we know is beneficial for gut bacteria. Citrus fruits include lemons, limes, oranges, and grapefruits. Number 3, kiwi. It is packed with fiber, which we know is food for our gut microbiome. Kiwi can help stimulate bowel movements and prevent constipation. Number 2, apples. Apples have a really strong protective effect for the colon. And number 1, watermelon. Watermelon had one of the strongest effects on decreasing colon cancer risk in a recent meta-analysis, probably because of its lycopene.
All out of you. If your first dose, you'll feel digestive system waking up for the first time in years. Here's what's happening. The bitter compounds signal your liver to produce bile, and bile is what dissolves the protective shields that parasites hide behind. This is the same shield that probiotics can't get through, the same shield that fiber just bounces off of, but bitterness breaks through it. That's why African healers have used bitter herbs for thousands of years. They knew the bitterness itself was the medicine. By day 3 or 4, things start moving and see stuff that has no business being inside a human body. Stringy white things, dark clumps, old waste that's been rotten. Some people see what looks like mucus ropes. Others see things with texture, things that look like they were alive. Don't be alarmed, that's the parasites leaving. Parasites attach themselves to your intestinal wall. They build colonies, they lay eggs, and they create these biofilm barriers to protect themselves from anything you throw at them. When the bitter herbs dissolve those barriers, they have nowhere to hide. Then the senna and tamarind in the formula flush everything out. So they're not just dying inside you, they're actually leaving your body completely. When parasites live in your gut, they feed on what you eat, especially sugar. And when they feed, they produce gas. Once the parasites start dying and leaving, the gas stops. They sit in your gut specifically to steal nutrients before your body can use them. You're feeding them first. Once they're gone, your body finally absorbs what you're eating. After 14 days, the brain fog lifts. Because here's the thing, parasites don't just steal nutrients. They release toxins, ammonia, metabolic waste, and this stuff enters your bloodstream and crosses into your brain. It messes with your neurotransmitters. Once they're flushed out and the toxin load drops, you thought these were separate problems, but they're not separate. They're all connected to the same thing. Parasites get into your gut lining. They enter your bloodstream. They mess with every system in your body. Your gut, your brain, your hormones, your immune system. 80% of Americans have parasites and don't even know it. Doctors don't test for them, and even when they do, the tests miss most species. And the answer has been living inside you the whole time. African women figured this out 3,000 years ago. They didn't have stool tests or blood panels. They just knew when the body was being invaded. They recognized the signs, and they used bitter herbs to flush the invaders out. 15 African herbs working together the way they've been used for generations. Soursop leaf has compounds called acetogenins that cut off energy to parasite cells. Adults, larvae, eggs, all of them. Neem stops them from reproducing, so they can't multiply inside you. Senna gets your colon moving to flush everything out. Tamarind binds to the toxins and carries them through. Blackseed calms the inflammation in your gut. Turmeric repairs the damage to your intestinal lining. And Irish moss rebuilds your gut wall so parasites can't reattach. This is what makes it different from stuff like ivermectin. Ivermectin kills parasites, but it doesn't flush them. So dead parasites just rot inside you and release more toxins. This formula kills, flushes, and heals. All three. Sweet supplements feed parasites. Bitter herbs destroy them daily. Third-party tested. Sourced directly from West Africa. Flash sale happening now, but they sell out fast.